The bilateral relations between the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the People's Republic of China have expanded on growing bilateral trade and strategic cooperation. China is also known to be one of Nigeria's closest allies and business partners. This well-cherished relationship has extended to scientific research and development of technology and innovation. Based on the 2013 agreement between Nigeria and China, the federal government entered into partnership with the Asian country to ensure plans to scale up the local manufacture of power transformers and solar panels in Nigeria, as well as the establishment of high-voltage testing laboratory. This agreement is primarily to ensure that Nigeria can produce world-class electric transformers, from its design to the material selection and production, its installation, commission, and maintenance. The second component of this collaboration is high-voltage technology, while the final component is the production of solar cells, which are currently imported into the country. The Chinese are providing 85% or $261.4 million of the funds required for the project through China Africa Development Fund, while Nigeria provides 15% or $46.1 million balance. The Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI, Professor Mohammed Haruna, says the partnership with the Chinese government and the China Great Wall Industries Corporation represents a quantum leap in technology transfer, which Nigeria will leverage on to create a new vista of huge and impactful technological development. He lauded the open-heart policy of the Chinese, which has made it possible for Nigeria to secure the training project. Professor Haruna has strong confidence in the 60 engineers and described them as the best crop of engineers under the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, drawn from all its development centers and institutes across the nation.
We are grateful to the government of President Muhammadu Buhari for making this possible. We are also appreciative of the approval we got from Prime Minister of Science and Technology and for believing in NASENI. We also appreciate the People's Republic of China for creating this opportunity. Now, these engineers that you interacted with in China, they are to come back fully equipped, well-informed, with competence to do design, to do production, to do installation, maintenance and repairs of power transformers. It means this aspect, this vital input of transformer, both in distribution and transmission system, Nigeria will have its own indigenous technology, borrowed and upgraded from China, of course, to manufacture its own needs, a very substantial and critical input to the local content. You see, what is most important in local content is the soft component, that is the human capacity. With this knowledge, with this ability they have to come back and install our facility in Nigeria, they will be able to redesign anything to meet the yearnings and demand of the nation. In fact, their knowledge will benefit the country and will even benefit the neighboring community, because their ability to do this will meet the demand of the country and even for exportation.
Executive Vice President of China Great Wall Industries Corporation, Zhang Xiaodong, expressed his happiness that the collaboration between China Great Wall and NASENI is one of the most important cooperations his organization is willing to promote.
能够使尼日利亚的经济在短期内进行一个跨越式的腾飞。
The cooperation, as said, is on the basis of the successful launch of the Nigerian communication satellite some years ago, noting that it is due to this kind of international cooperation that China Great Wall is closely working together with the Chinese most outstanding electricity and transformer company, Huawei Group. The training is being conducted in a high-standard form in Aishan, where the trainees are receiving quality theoretical and practical education, the know-how technology transfer, technical support, and other necessary training components. The training program is laying the solid foundation for future actions by the trainees who are expected to translate their knowledge into practical benefits when they return to Nigeria. Regarding the transformer production line, high voltage laboratory and photovoltaic projects, Mr. Zhang Dong said China Great Wall treats them as very crucial industries that Nigeria will develop in the future. These projects are also the symbolic embodiment of the Chinese Belt and Road initiatives for international collaboration. China Great Wall and NASENI have a very bright cooperation history since 2004, when the two organizations worked closely in the aerospace field, which resulted in the successful launch of NITECOMSAT-1 and NITECOMSAT-1R projects. Based on the successes recorded on those projects, it is interesting that a new era of collaboration in the electric transformer production has now been established. In his views, adequate electricity supply is key to industrial development and fundamental to good civil life in every country. Aishan City prides itself as the first zone in China and also regarded as the industrial center and great base for manufacturing. Aishan is the birthplace of Huawei Group, an engineering machinery company with design and research institute, transformer factory, and electric control factory. This is where the 60 Nigerian engineers are undergoing training in transformer manufacturing, from materials to maintenance.
This is NASENI 公司和中国长城公司和华野公司我们联合制定的一个
President of Huawei Group, Malim Ming, described Nigeria and China as two important countries in the two regions that should take great responsibilities in the world. He noted that it is important that Nigeria develops its electricity sector because the nation is rich in different energy and natural resources such as coal, petrol, and gas. He said the African continent needs industrialization, electrification, modernization, informatization, and intelligence. He acknowledged that China has made great progress in the past 30 years doing so. In his words, we at Huawei Group are impressed with the good conduct of the Nigerian trainees after several interactions with them within the past 2 months. They have been in Ashton receiving training.
The Chinese people actually, they have many things in common with Africa, in the sense that they highly respect their guests. They want their guests to feel at home. And don't forget, they also have some ancient culture of welcoming guests. First and foremost, they are proud to say that they have come of age, that a continent, that is Africa, is coming to copy their technology. They are recalling how they went to Japan, how they went to other parts of the world to learn. In fact, the technology we are copying, they themselves follow the same process. They didn't start from the scratch. So they were happy to see now we have advanced. The world is not only using our product, they even want to copy our technology. In fact, you can see some nostalgic feelings. It is a celebration that they have come of age, and it was a great happiness to us that people who want to teach you their method of things are welcoming you as if you are part of the family. In fact, it is a memorable affairs. We are not only learning this technology, but you know, technology is dynamic, it's progressing. Within the agreement, it is there. Even after this technology, we'll continuously do research and share knowledge and experience together. After this, any future advancement in this area, it will be through collaboration. It's not that we'll go and copy the technology. Now that we have the research facilities after commissioning, we should be working and they will be working and we'll be comparing notes. And in addition, whoever wants this type of technology within the African continent, he doesn't need to go to China again. He will have to come to Nigeria. It's part of the agreement. And mind you, they are the Asian leading manufacturer of this equipment in the world.
NASENI, China Great Wall, and Huawei Group together made a training plan during which every hour is specified for a particular purpose. Both the trainees, the teachers, and two company designers agreed on better ways to receive a systematic training. We believe that the trainees will learn the most advanced technological process, skills, and theory calculation about electrical equipment manufacturing within stipulated time. We are meticulously adhering to the schedule of the training program, and the trainees have been amazing as they sometimes stay late learning and having conversations on the training. We rewarded some of them, and I can assure you that they are good engineers.
各国，尤其是咱们非洲兄弟国家的这个领导人的这个。
The Vice Mayor of Anshan Municipal Government, Mr. Gao Lin, commended the initiative and extolled the Nigeria-China relationship, which is being translated into practical reality. Zhou Wei is the General Manager for Africa and Asia.
Actually, I'm heavily involved in the project for Nigeria Site 1 and 1R. So I'm very pleased and appreciate this opportunity to continue our cooperation with the Nigeria people in this project. Actually, we starting this project for over 7 years. As my Vice President indicated to you, right now is the very critical period or critical time to restart this program. Actually, the financing agreement is one of the conditions to this program. So I hope we can get very good response from the Nigeria government. Then we can help the Nigeria government to get this fund as early as possible. As you know that we have already started this program by inviting 60 Nigeria trainees to start this program as a training first. So I hope that we can have a very good starter to continue of this program.
Ambassador Bakari Aliu Usman, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of Nigeria, Beijing, had this to say on the current China-Nigeria relations.
Nigeria and China established relationships since 1971. And then from that time, we have a lot of activities going on from political, economic, cultural educations. Since we are talking about education and the scientific nature of the education, which is capacity building, I would refer to the bilateral educational agreement between Nigeria and China, where we have upgraded a level with this Belt and Road initiatives, where we have more trainees coming to be trained in China in capacity building in different activities and in different sectors of the economy. The 60 engineers that are here from the science agency that are to be trained in the transformer production, transformer repairs, and eventually manufacture of transformer digitally. It's a welcome development between Nigeria and China, and I'm sure that will enhance the administration's role in economic development and job creations, because the present occupation of the present government is to ensure revitalization of the economy through generation of employment of the type of form. And you cannot be employed anybody who is not perfectly trained in his aspect and specialization. So the 60 Nigerians, they are welcome to China, who are going to be on the two sides of training, 4 months and 6 months training in the level of transformer productions that Huawei is now running in China. And then we wish to ensure that adequate provisions is covered with them, and we are with them. And anytime they are looking for any assistance, they are here to do, because this is their embassy and this is their country, and we are here for them. And from time to time, we'll be relating with the institutions to know their welfare and to know their capacity, facilities capacity in the effective training facilities. They came in the time of mid-autumn. We are soon going into winter, which is very cold. We also have to advise them in the nature of clothing so that they cannot fall sick. This is one of the areas I'll talk about in that, since it's a brief nature. But if you recall, we have several, more than 5,000 Nigerians undertaking different training. From the FOCAC point of view, to the Rotterdam initiative, to the bilateral relationship with China, we are having a lot of issues on the training. Also, we are training Chinese in different aspects, because they run certain programs in languages, Hausa per se, Igbo, and English and Yoruba. Now about 5 or 6 of them are going back to BUK for a short training also in Hausa language, because they run a program in China International Radio CRI in Hausa program, and they have about 2 universities running Hausa language program to graduation level, graduate at first degree. And now we are having another school open in Tianjin, which is another municipal government outside Beijing, also doing the same system on that. Recently they started learning how to train some Yorubas and to train also Igbos in the language of affection. So there's a way, a manner we are developing ourselves culturally and individually. We are, as a country, we are moving from one point to the other, and our strategic partnership, which is the first to be signed with the Chinese, is Nigeria that signed that. And Nigeria also signed Rotterdam Initiative on the 6th November 2018 during the POCAC meeting when the president was here.
Here in Nigeria, the collaboration is being commended at various quarters. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, Mr. Bitrus Bako Nabasu, recalled his address to the trainees before they left for China. Today, he is happy that the project is on the way and hoped that when they return, Nigeria will commence local production of transformers of various capacities, as well as grow the capacity for high voltage testing.
We were so delighted that we could go into such a partnership that is almost cost-free. So we felt Nigeria has reached a level that we should be producing some of those things, and that is the essence of our Executive Order number 5. Executive Order number 5 is to ensure that we give much attention to local content. We have the resources, both human and capital, that we can do that. So we, by this partnership, we will now be implementing this Executive Order number 5. We'll ensure that what we need here in terms of electricity generation and distribution is are manufactured in Nigeria. And if they come, in a month's time, some will be returning. In 2 months' time, the other last set will be returning. And by the time they come, I have been told the equipment they will use in the manufacturing, in the assembling and others will have arrived. And if they do arrive, definitely we will utilize them. Our fear initially was that if they go for this training and they come back, where will they put this into practice? But fortunately, in the partnership, that component is built in it. And so when they come, we will definitely make use of them and other engineers. Remember that these engineers that we have sent are not only from the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. There are some from other MDAs that we also called to be part of this training. We also had something similar when we were doing small hydropower training. The same Chinese government also will partner with us in this aspect. Even though that we have not started well, but we have gone a long way. The second leg of the training will soon commence, even though this one we do it here in Nigeria, which you are aware. We do it here in Nigeria. So when we train these people, we will now have the capacity to do things in line with what Executive Order Number 5 is championing. That is to ensure that our professionals are put in the forefront in everything we do about the development of the Nigerian economy. So that is the most impressive aspect of this partnership.
Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, summed up the project this way. The last batch of the 60 Nigerian engineers are due back in Nigeria in the first quarter of next year, while commencement of transformer production will follow as soon as the installation of the production machinery is completed. This is a giant stride in the development of local content in science, technology, and innovation in Nigeria.